Hi, I'm Poindexter G, and today we are going to be talking about the Yildiz A71 Semi-autotomatic shotgun. Yildiz shotguns are actually made in Turkey, but sold in the United States through Academy. Yes, that Academy that does all the sports and outdoors goods. As you can see here, where it was originally marked Yildiz Sinai Birder Turkey. Also marked with Academy Limited, Katy, Texas. That's one reason these aren't really well known, is that Academy is the only place that's selling them. You can't find them in other shops anywhere unless you're finding one used. So they haven't gotten known quite as well. They're a lot lower end, lower priced semi-auto shotgun, much cheaper than the major American brands and the other imports that you would be familiar with. But they do seem to hold up pretty well. Obviously, I haven't had this one long enough to see how it will do years down the line, but I think it's going to hold up for the type of use I put through it, which is not a whole lot. It'll do fine for me. This particular model is the 12 gauge model. They also make a 20 gauge and also a youth version of both the 12 and the 20. They all function the same, so all the information you're going to get out of this one should work for all those. If you're wanting to know about the over-under or the pump actions that Yildiz makes, that's not this video. The reason I'm deciding to start with this is because there isn't a whole lot of good information out there about the Yildiz. The manual that comes with it is very lacking. It was translated by somebody in Turkey. Apparently Academy doesn't have a whole lot of input on that, so it's very sparse information, like this trigger, this barrel when put in go boom from this end. Why not translate it better? Why have Russian accent when we from Turkey? Do not know these things. In your package comes the actual shotgun, these different chokes, the choke key, this piece, which I will explain in a bit, and these things, which for the life of me I can't figure out what they are. So someone else can leave in the comments if you know, because I don't know what to do with them. So let me go ahead and show you the basic controls on this gun. Obviously your trigger, you have the safety right here, which pushes in and out. It's designed to where you can see the red stripe on this side of it, so if you're a right-hand shooter, it's right there where you can see it well. We're going to go ahead, since I'm seeing the red stripe there, we'll go ahead and push that in and leave that safe. You have the charging handle, you have the lock for that, and you have the release for the lock and for the bolt. First thing I'm going to show you is how to load it, how to show that it's unloaded, because this is stuff that you need to know. A couple different ways you could check to see if this is empty would be to push this down and see if you're looking at the black follower. If you don't see that end on it there, then there's none inside the internal magazine. You push that back, make sure you don't have one in the chamber, and that basically shows that you're empty. Additionally, you've also got the lock right here, which when you push that, that piece locks in and no longer pops in. You can take the charging handle, pull that back. That will also lock the charging handle back in place when it's empty. This won't lock in if there are rounds in there. You can also look in from this side and tell that it's empty as well through there. This button right here, the release, basically allows it to go this way. Okay. Slide forward like that. I meant to do it that way, but I'm trying to keep it on camera. And that unlocks that. Now for loading, we're going to make sure we're safe here while we load. I'm only going to put 2 rounds in here. So we go in like that. Push it in all the way enough that that goes there. Then lock it into place. And pull this back. And that loaded around in there. You notice it didn't lock back. You can push it and load more, or you could fire it there. Whenever you would fire it, it would automatically lock this in place and then eject out the shell. We're obviously not firing it, so we'll pop this guy out. And then basically the same thing, that would get popped again, and we'll go ahead and do that to get this guy out. So that's basically how you would clear them out of there. Now that we know we're empty, which I will look in here, check that's empty, we check that that's empty, we know we're empty, we'll go ahead and do that. That keeps it open here where you can tell really clear. I'm going to show you what to do with the chokes. Basically, you've got these different chokes. What they're basically for is restricting the size of it here. They're all the same size on this, but they go to, if I go to the smallest one and the biggest one, you can tell that the inside diameter of this one is larger than that one. So this one will restrict it more than that one will. They have little notches on them right here, which will tell you what ones you currently have. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 is what comes in the shotgun, and 5. Pull these out, it's basically pretty much just twist them in there. This would be just for making your spread from the shells come out in different size patterns. Basically a larger, smaller pattern. So if you're shooting something smaller or further away, depending on what you're shooting at. Basically go like that. This is the one I normally shoot with for what I do, so we'll put that back in there. This is for basically restricting the number of rounds that you have in your magazine. This does have a magazine, it's just an internal tube magazine, it's not removable. Basically, some states have laws that when you're dove hunting, that you only have a certain capacity. You see that will take away, basically 3 of your rounds right there. Won't be able to fit in. We'll go ahead and start the disassembly. I'll show you where this would go. First part of disassembly is going to be this nut right here. And that pretty much just twists off. We'll go ahead and set that over there, get that out of the way. This, if you were going to use it, would go in a little hole right there. Just slides in like that. You'll feel it kind of hit the follower. You can put that back on it, and that will do it there. I'm not going to use it, so we'll take that out. Next piece that will go off will be the forward grip right there. The next piece that will go off will be the barrel. The barrel pretty much slides out, but we will need to lock this forward. Then the barrel slides out, just like that. There's a piece right in there that comes out. That, as you can see, will come in and out of there. It will stay in place. It holds it in there nice and neatly. Next will be the slide here and the bolt, which will come out. What you want to do is put your finger on the bolt face, push it in a little bit, make sure you're holding it there because it has spring tension and it'll fly forward. We grab this here and just slide the charging handle out right there. Bring this forward. That all comes out. This is the bolt. We don't need to take that apart any more than it is for what we're going to be doing. Regular cleaning, you can get to everything you need on that just as it is. Then this will slide forward here. That piece comes out of that one. And then you can take off the spring. And that's basically disassembled. This gives you a chance to clean all the parts up, to go ahead and oil or lube anything else that needs to be done in there. So let me go ahead and show you reassembly. Actually, let's go ahead and go with the spring first, actually. Put that back on where it goes. Next we'll go with this. You'll see this has a couple of teeth on it right there. Those line up inside there. That'll hold in place nice and neatly. Goes on there. That has a little slide there that it will go into. Next we take the bolt. You can see how we've got the bit right there that's open on the bottom of it. That will slide right onto there. It's going to slide around loose right now. That's okay because we don't have the barrel in there, so it fits a little loose. Next we go ahead and slide this in. Make sure we aren't pushing up on it there. It's a little weird. Take that, put the notch up on it there, and the handle going forward. Just slide that handle back into place. As soon as that's in there, this bolt can't go forward anymore. So then we'll put the barrel back on. Basically take this piece, put it just that way. Right back into it like that. When we put this back in, we've got a little thing right there, this little notch there that has to go into a groove on the bolt face right there. It's just on the left side of the bolt face. We want to line those up with each other. Once those are lined up, it'll be able to go in. Let's see that go in a good ways. And it's going to go, this isn't going to quite go in all the way. What you'll have to do to get it in all the way is grab the charging handle right here, pull that in, and pop that in like that. And now it'll come forward, and that's all together. Then it's just a matter of putting your foregrip back on. Go into the groove there, and this nut right there. We'll go ahead and test the operation of it here, make sure we're working right. The bolt will move back and forth. We can lock that right there, which means when we pull this back, this should lock into place. And the button right there will make it slide forward. And that's all you need to know about the Yildiz A71.